heart.
One heart. Next hand, it's 2 notes wrong.
3 notes.
So what do we do now? 3 hearts. 3 no. Well, I guess we'll do this.
I love when you do that.
Anything else? That's all, right?
Oh, good.
If your partner has 18 or 19, how many do you have total?
24.
Do you have enough for game? No.
Betsy got a long heart, Serge.
Well, if you don't have enough for game, you don't want to be in game, do you? Right? So you should pass. You know, what's wrong with bidding 3 hearts? Could your partner have 3 hearts? And 3 hearts is the best contract? They could have 3 hearts, right? And 3 hearts could be your best contract. Problem is, you can't stop there.
That's what I was going to say, yes.
The problem is you can't stop, because the only way you can quit when your partner jumps to 2 no trump is to pass. It's not the same thing as when they rebid 1 no trump, where you can now bid 2 hearts and your partner's going to pass.
If they have 3 hearts, though, say 3 hearts.
No, that's what's wrong with bidding 3 hearts here.
No, but I mean, after 2 no trump, if you pass, if they want to play hearts, they'll say 3 hearts. Still can't do it? Still no, really?
The opener doesn't know you have 5.
I would assume.
What if you had 6 hearts instead of 5?
It's the same thing.
Okay.
If you want to be in game, opposite 18 or 19,
No.
you can bid 3 or 4 hearts. But if you don't want to be in game, you can't stop.
So forget about the 8 card bid.
Okay, now, now 3 no.
Yes.
What about this? What about this?
3 no.
Nothing else, right?
Yes. What if they have 2 little hearts? Then
If they have 2 little hearts, they'll bid 3 no trump.
that way they know you
If they have 3 to the ace, and a double to an ace of diamonds, they're going to bid 4 hearts. If your partner had opened 1 no trump, and you had about an 8 or 9 point hand, would you give them a choice, or would you just bid 3 no trump? You give them a choice, right? Well, it's the same thing. I just made this hand a little stronger and this one a little weaker. So why shouldn't you give your partner a choice between 3 no trump and 4 hearts? I mean, it might work out for you to bid 3 no trump, because that might be what your partner bids anyway. But if you bid 3 hearts, you have both choices. So if you have enough for game, you can bid 3 hearts. If you don't have enough for game, you can't bid 3 hearts because you can't stop there. Now, is that enough for game?
Could be.
Barely,
Barely.
Right.
on the line.
That's barely enough. If your partner has 18 or 19, and you have 7 high card points, not 7 total points, not 5 high cards and a singleton, but then you got 25 or 26, and you have enough for game. So 7 high card points is the break-off when your partner jumps to 2 no trump. Okay? In all these cases, if you can give your partner a choice, you don't want to make the decision for them. It's just like whenever you hear a no trump bid, you need to ask yourself, where do we belong? And if it's only one place, like here, over a club, you bid a heart, and now over 2 no trump, where do you belong? 3 no trump. When this was down here, and you ask yourself, where do we belong? It was either 3 no trump or 4 hearts. And you've got to ask yourself where you belong. But you won't always get there. There's no reason to take a stab at it and be right half the time when you can be right all the time. So far, so good with that one. Let's try this.
If you had 4-4, wouldn't you have bid 2 clubs in the beginning?
Not if your partner opened 1 club.
Oh, that's
You would've
right.
bid
I'm
1
thinking he
heart.
opened in no trump. Okay.
You would have been 1 heart.
Right, right. You're right.
What do you do over 1 spade? And please don't pass.
Say 2 hearts.
2 hearts.
2 hearts. If you bid 2 hearts, your partner's going to pass with these.
They say 1.
Is that a good idea? Then 2 hearts is not a very good bid.
They 1 no.
1 no.
When you bid and rebid the same suit, if your partners bid 2 suits, you ought to have at least 6 of them. If your partners rebid no trump, you can have 5. Because this 1 spade bid promised how many hearts?
4.
The one spade bid didn't promise any hearts, did it? Had they rebid one no trump, they promised at least two. So they promised two or three. See the difference between this and a club, a heart, and no trump? There's a big difference. Okay, so here over one spade we bid one no trump. Pass?
Iffy.
No, it's not even heavy.
It's not.
This is the same thing as one club, one heart, and two no trump. Would you pass that? And why are you passing this? It's the same thing exactly. Jumping to two no trump shows 18 or 19, right? Raising a one no trump response shows 18 or 19. This is the same thing as that's a hand that you are going to jump to two no trump on, but your partner beats you to the no trump. So raising one no trump is the same thing as jumping to two no trump. So if it's the same thing, then the same thing applies here as to whether you pass or not, right? But this is 18 or 19, just like this is 18 or 19, or that's 18 or 19. All three of these are 18 or 19. Anytime you raise one no trump by the responder to two, or you jump to two no trump, it's 18 or 19. Okay? So if it's 18 or 19, you should have no trouble getting the game here. And what game do you belong in? Or four hearts. Right? What people seem to have trouble with is raising one no trump. And that's exactly the same thing as jumping to two no trump. The only difference is when your partner bids one no trump, you can't jump to two no trump, can you? Well, it's impossible. It can't be a jump. So raising one no trump is the same thing. And you respond the same way. Okay, what is that?
That's 12.
that's 12 to 14 with spades under control. And how many hearts?
Depends on whether you play
Well, I
support
don't know,
double.
you could have 3.
2 or 3, right?
Yeah.
Not
because-
one.
Yeah, because now they can do the hearts again.
Right.
Showing 5, okay.
So this is 12 to 14. You can stop spades in a balanced hand. Well, create a How about that? One club, pass, one heart, one spade.
You play support double.
Support double.
If you play support doubles, you double. You got 3 card support for hearts. What if you don't play support doubles? You can't pass because it can't get passed out, right? Your partner does get to bid it. Like that. That it?
Okay.
What's the play? Oh dear. Oh. Now that's the same as the previous 18 to 19 that you were talking about.
They could double it.
I said too much. Is that too much?
You can't bid 2 no trump with this hand
And I know that's what I was.
and also bid it with the other hand, can you? So if you have diamonds stopped real well and you have 13 or 14 points, what do? You pass. If you bid 2 no trump, it shows 18 or 19. After 2 diamonds here, the bidding is not over. If you pass, not the end of the bidding. Is it? Okay, so if you bid 2 no trump, it shows 18 or 19. and your partner bids the same way. With this hand over 2 no trump, they would bid 3 hearts. With this hand over 2 no trump, they would bid 3 no trump. Okay, so the bids that show 18 or 19 is when you jump to 2 no trump or bid 2 no trump over an overcall. You can't bid 1 no trump here. Now, had they bid 1 spade, you could bid 1 no trump with 13 and jump to 2 no trump with 18. But over 2 diamonds, you can't do that. So you bid 2 no trump with 18 or 19, and you pass with 13. I hope this is making sense. Because people are having a lot of trouble with when this shows a big hand and when it doesn't. And it shows a big hand when they've overcalled at the 2 level and you bid 2 no trump. If you jump to 2 no trump, or if you raise a 1 no trump response by your partner to 2 no trump. All of those are 18 or 19.
When you're 2 over 1 though, it doesn't mean big hand when you say it over your partner's response, right?
2 over 1 has nothing to do with this.
Yeah, so if you say 2 no over your partner's response, it's just a balanced hand, right? 1 heart,
You mean,
one spade, 2 hearts.
that has nothing to do with this.
I just want to know that you're not.
No, that has nothing to do with this. Okay, and remember, whenever you hear no trump out of your partner, the first thing you do is say, where do we belong? Not out loud, but say it yourself. Okay? And then don't just bid 3 no trump when you might belong in 4 hearts. The only trick is, if you don't have enough, like the first one we had where it went, okay, now when you ask yourself where you belong, the answer is either 3 no trump or 4 hearts. Just like if your partner opened a no trump, and you had that, where do you belong?
Well, you don't know. Heart, spade, or spade, number.
Yeah, you could either belong in 4 hearts or 4 spades or 3 no trump, right? So ask yourself where you belong, and then you should know how to get there. How do you get there if your partner opens a no trump here?
So after that 2 no trump right there, and you've got the hearts and the spades, would you say your spades this time, or would you say your hearts again? Because, huh?
They don't
Here.
know spades.
1 diamond, 1 heart, 2 no trump.
Don't say spades.
Your partner doesn't have spades.
Okay.
You
right,
can just
then
bid
over
3
there.
hearts.
Okay,
So then, now spades is not one of your options.
okay.
It's either 4 hearts or 3 no trump.
And on the other hand, you had just 5 points. On the other hand, you just had 5 points. Where were you supposed to be then?
And on this other hand, well, if it went a diamond, a heart, 2 no trump,
Right.
then you
had
pass.
5 points. Pass.
Right, you have to pass.
Right. I thought you
Here, let's make it real clear cut. Some of these hands where you have 9 highs, you either have to treat them like minimums or maximums. But here, if your partner opens a no trump, where do you belong? You belong in
Yeah, spades.
spades if your partner has 4 spades, if your partner has 4. 4 hearts if your partner has 3. Or 3 no trump if they have neither. Right? Okay, so 2 clubs. Now if they bid one of these, you bid 4. 2 diamonds. Three hearts. Unless you play small. So I have a balance 16. Do you have a 4-card major? No. I have enough for game. Do you have 3-card support for hearts? No. That's all there is to it. You're just talking back and forth. But-
Okay, what's the difference between this scenario and you're totally broke up there and then your 3 hearts is placing it? You don't want to bid 2 hearts.
3 hearts is not placing.
Oh, 3, you said 3, okay. Never, I missed the jump.
Got it?
Yes,
1 no trump, 2 clubs,
yes,
2 diamonds, 2 hearts
okay.
would be that.
Okay, okay, I missed the jump, yeah.
Okay?
So you would
Jump in
bid,
your
you would
jump in
bid,
your 5-card suit if you have enough for game, or if you play small and you jump in your 4-card suit.
Small one is what now?
Or you jump in your 4-card suit instead of your 5-card suit if you play that. Don't worry, if you don't play it, don't worry about it.
you would bid 2 clubs with just a queen?
Yes. You don't belong in 1 no trump. The weaker your hand is, the more important it is not to play 1 no trump. With this hand, you should bid 2 clubs. With that hand, you should transfer to 2 hearts. Okay?
Good lesson.
Easy.
Small one just means after a no trump, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, means you jump in your 4-card suit instead of your 5-card suit. The purpose of it is if your partner has 3 cards in your 5-card suit, you don't partner with us and play. That's the only purpose. You have to have enough for that. This is just basic.
This is, you read any books?
This is what's important.
See